Story time with everyone's favorite psychic. So many years ago, I was going through a rough patch. And, when you're going through a rough patch, you just feel like you have nothing and nobody. Even if you have things to be grateful for, when we get into that space, we don't see it. And I just needed to know that there was somebody around there who believed in me and that things were going to be okay somehow. So I was talking to my angels and I'm like, I just need a sign to let me know you're around. Just some kind of sign, anything to let me know beyond a shadow of a doubt. And, I just really, in that moment, I was desperate. I needed it. And, I was a little bit skeptical, I hadn't really worked with angels or anything like that at the time. But, that desperation drove me to maybe there is something. So, anyway, I was about to press play on the radio and I had my Smith CD in there. So I was about to play it, but there was a commercial on the radio. So I'm like, oh, wait, I'll wait and see what the next song is. And the very next song was I Need a Sign to Let Me Know You're Here, Calling All Angels. And a couple weeks later, same exact way, same exact situation, almost probably the same exact circumstance. That song came on again. Over the course of like 10 years, I decided I was not going to look up the lyrics, who sang it, nothing. I was not going to know anything about it because when it played, it was like my comfort. It was like, okay, you're on track. So again, over 10 years, give or take, I barely even heard it. But when I did, I knew it was meant for me. So anyway, the song Hey Soul Sister, all of a sudden, that just went off the chain. It was just everywhere. Commercials. I think it was on AGT all the time. I want to say Train even performed on AGT. It was on the Medium throughout the whole show. And then it was like in the commercials. And around that time, my ex, I found out he was cheating, and like anybody else, we're curious. So I went and looked at this person's page, and she was like, oh, Soul Sister, that's my song. And she was always like, every time it would come on. And so I had that moment was like, I couldn't even stand that song after like before it was like we could laugh about it. My parents would call me in when it was playing and stuff, just to irritate me. But after that, it was like, I couldn't even listen to it without having those flashbacks and things. And so eventually, time goes on and you get over stuff, you heal. And I decided, you know what? I wonder who sings Calling All Angels. And I went and looked it up, and it was Train. And you know that you're healed when you laugh. And you also know from those experiences that angels have a sense of humor.